Hi, this is Gregory Giannakolo. This small point I'm going to make on this very short video is about your purpose, discovering your purpose. It's so popular today to ask each other and to explain, what is your why? This is my why. This is why I do what I do. And that's interesting. Sort of like maybe your personal mission statement. But what if you're good at your why? What if you're good at something but the wrong thing? What if you're really good at the wrong thing? What if what you're doing started out as something you described as your passion, but then the passion starts to fade? Maybe the excitement wears off, or maybe it's tougher than you thought it was and you really don't have the oomph to keep going with it. What do you do in that case? Well, it starts off better, I think, if you look at what your purpose is. Everyone, I believe everyone was created with a purpose in mind, a destiny, something that you're really good at. Let's say a gift. You have a special gift. We can call it a purpose, what to do with your gift. But it starts off with having a gift. What's your gift? And once you have that gift, then you say, oh, I have a purpose. And then that might lead into discussing your why. So let's talk about that. What is your gift? And then we can just, discover then what your purpose is. But what is your gift? What are you good at innately? Like, what are you good at that you don't have to try hard at? When I was going through this exercise and studying about it, many times the psychologist said, well, if you're looking to find out what your gift is, sometimes you don't have to make it too mysterious. And that is, what are people asking you about? What do people ask you about the most? So, for example, I know a girl who very talented, attractive young lady, and people ask her all the time about makeup tips. How did you get your hair that way? What about your eyelashes? What do you do with this skin condition? How do I put on this certain kind of makeup? I want to look like this or look like that. How do I highlight certain features that I have? Well, that's a talent. I don't know anything about that. I might have a gift, but it's not that. And so this person's turning that gift, which you'd say, well, how can that be a gift? Well, it's a gift. Some people understand things more quickly or better. I think she has a passion for it. Maybe that's going to be her purpose, at least for a while. So that gift, for example, understanding people. Maybe people come to you when they have a tragedy, where they feel badly, whether they've lost a pet or a parent, whether they've had a car crash or a baby died. These are the kind of people that when they approach you, they ask you, you might have a gift of compassion or empathy. So you say, well, you know what? People seem to ask me a lot when they're in trouble. And so you start to think about that, and you might find out that you have a gift to help other people. You have a gift of compassion. You can develop that into, whether you study more about it and get formal with it and become a trained psychologist or a trained counselor, or whether you're just a person who shares tips on how to deal with things. A lot of people I know another guy, he seems to know a little bit about everything, but if I had an electrical or plumbing problem, I would ask him about it. He has a gift for understanding these kind of things, manual technical things, and that could be his calling. In fact, he's working full-time at that, helping people troubleshoot things and fix things that are difficult to fix. So I would say it's not necessarily a big existential question. Maybe you don't have to dig too deep, but take some moments of reflection, maybe write down, maybe ask other people, what do they think your gift is? You might be surprised. You might be somebody that's focusing on something really hard because you heard there's money in it, and you want to really focus on something you can make money at. Then you might find out later that you're not driven by that as you get older, as you get into it. But you might find out that your friends or people you know from work or casual acquaintances might answer the question a little differently. They might say, you know what, you're really good at fill in the blank. And when you fill a couple of those blanks in with comments from others, you might start to see a pattern emerge and something you want to take seriously. So I urge you, before you go off on some fancy explanation of what your why is, before you start to, kind of have to dig really deep or go see professionals to find out what course you should take or what course of action you should take, start to really reflect, what do people ask me about the most? What do I like helping people with? I mean, you might be really excellent at laying brick, but maybe you're actually more service to others and have a longer-term passion. If your why, if your purpose, if your gift is explored, it might turn out you're really good at counseling people. And sometimes you get turned off by saying, well, there's not a lot of money teaching school, there's not a lot of money in counseling. Well, you might have to find out how to make more money at it. Or you might be surprised that if you really get good at teaching, you'll end up teaching something different than what you started with. Maybe when you're counseling, you'll find out there is money making counseling books or booklets or guides or speaking at schools or having a speaking career or creating courses. There's so many different ways to make money at what you're good at. Not just your passion, not just your why, but something that's an innate gift that you have in your bones that you were born with. You know, some kids, I saw something on one of those talent shows, these 6- and 7-year-olds are amazing singers. That might be a gift that they'll serve them well through their whole life. I'm older than that and I can't sing for no how. Then I saw some other girl that was a 6-year-old in, was it Poland? Somewhere in Europe. And she started painting these intricate, absolutely stunning, which have sold now for more than $20,000 each, paintings. She would draw and then fill them and paint them, and it was unbelievable. It's just talent came out of nowhere. Her parents were surprised. They bought her a little kid's painting kit, and she came up with this dramatic, astounding painting. So there might be something in you that when left to its own devices will pop forward, and that'll be the gift for you to follow. So I just encourage you to not only create a why and maybe force yourself to figure out what your passion is and all these other things that are good, because you'll need to work on, you know, a career path of this, but start with what is your gift? What are you naturally good at? What do people ask you about a lot? And what do you like helping people with? Because it all comes down to that. If you get good at helping people with something, there'll be money in it. The money will take care of itself later. Find your gift, and I think you'll be happy as well as earning a good living from it. Maybe you make a business out of it, a full business. And, you know, you can recommend me, share this video, and follow me. Thanks very much.